Good, man. How are you doing?
Good. My name is D'Angelo. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure, bro.
All right. So this, you got to play Paul Billings, um, and the story. I mean, it speaks for itself. It's a fun ride,
Yeah.
to say the least. What was your introduction to the plot and the script, and what were your impressions of it?
Well, my introduction was that I got to audition for Paul, and I was immediately like, yo, this guy is dealing with a lot of stuff, big stuff. He's not being honest with himself in a way that I was like is intense. And then I also read the pilot, and I was kind of blown away by what I read because you're introduced to this whole world, this whole different society. And in the midst of that, you have a couple of these moments that just come out of nowhere and just hit you in the gut with some real human stuff. So I was like, yeah, okay. What happens next? And I hope that's what every audience member feels. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, okay, I was curious about how the story was revealed to you guys, because from us as an audience, it's a some questions and a few answers, and that's kind of the ride, which I love that type of story.
Yeah.
um did What's kind of the, you as a actor, because you got to read the plot, are you kind of like already aware where things are going, or are you kind of along the ride for us in each episode?
Oh, that's cool. I mean, honestly, I think part of I read the books first, and then I think I did read the whole season before we shot it, even though we made changes. But even with that, part of the work, right, is making it fresh that day and being
Yeah.
present. And with a cast this good, you don't know what anyone else is gonna do. So it made it real easy to be like, oh, word? Wow. And the scripts I think are really good. So that, you know what I mean? It's good.
That's awesome. So I was thinking about that. There's some heavy hitters in this show, including yourself. Is there something from this shooting this that will change your approach, or how you interact with characters going forward, from what you learned or saw from other people?
Yes, for sure. Rex, for example, is relentless in her search for. I mean, it makes sense with Juliet. Juliet is relentless in her search for truth, and so is Rex. So Rex will ask any question. She'll dig in. She's relentless. She's never satisfied, and I love that. I love this space to be like, we all care about this. Let's see how far we can take it. And then I'm also just watching great actors not push anything. No false beats. Just give you the truth. And that I think is something that is continuously inspiring. To be like, let me do that a little bit more each time, you know.
What is that for, as a non-actor? I don't even know what that means. What is pushing for a role? Like, what does that mean?
Or like in the scene, for example, it's like it's the difference of being inside of the thing than
Mhm.
presenting the idea of the thing and
Mhm.
trying to really get the best out of yourself and be like, no, I think there's a more honest version of that. And then you're also
Yeah.
surrounded by people who are throwing you. So just being actually present and listening and being like, wow, how am I going to respond to that? Not how I
Yeah.
practice responding to that.
Yeah, that's good. My final question for you, that's very insightful. Thanks for sharing that. Is that the biggest challenge, or what was the biggest challenge for you in this?
I think the biggest challenge is trying to do Paul's journey justice. It's so well written. And so the key to that, I think, is trying to believe as hard as he believes in this pact, in this society, in the way he's been raised. Because if you can believe as hard as he believes, it can hit as hard each time something's peeled back.